It's a beautiful day today. It's such a nice day, in fact. I have to say, I am really enjoying this day. To be honest with you, it's a lovely day. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you're feeling good today. It is hot. I didn't realise that the weather was going to be so hot. So I'm in the garden. I thought I would do something slightly different today. Doing my live stream out here. And just behind me there are some sheep and also a little lamb having a sleep. They're fast asleep just behind me. It's ever so cute. So here we are then. Let me just make sure that I can see you on the live chat. Let's get that working, or else this is going to be a very, very, very short live stream. That's better. Now I can see you. So we are outside, and today it has been a little crazy because I have once more some technical problems with my computer. So unfortunately, I've had one or two problems with my graphics card. For those who know a little bit about computers, you will know that the graphics card allows video and all of the visuals to operate and play on your computer. So I have, over the past 24 hours, had some rather serious problems with my computer. So I hope today it will work. I have really decided to try and see if I can get this working. I think it appears to be working okay, so that's nice. So it's been a very chaotic morning. You might say that I have been in sixes and sevens. To be in sixes and sevens, there it is. If you are in sixes and sevens, or at sixes and sevens, it means you are in a very chaotic state. You are confused because lots of things might be happening around you, which is what has been happening today, to be honest. Not only that, but I'm also being attacked by thousands and thousands of flies as well. So to be at sixes and sevens means that you are in a muddle. You are in a confused state because everything around you is going wrong. You might say that you are in a muddle. You are in a muddle. Muddle. A confused state. A situation that is causing confusion. You are in a muddle. You are feeling disorganized, confused. You are in a muddle. What a lovely day. Isn't it nice today? It really is. Also, if you find yourself in a confused situation, maybe things are going wrong around you, you might say that you don't know if you are coming or going. You don't know if you are coming or going. Today has been chaotic. It's been crazy. I don't know if I'm coming or going. I really don't know what is happening around me. So it has been that sort of day, to be honest. It has. It's been a day where lots of things have been going wrong for me. However, I hope where you are, I hope everything is going well and it's lovely and it's super duper where you are in the world. I don't know where you are because I'm not sure, you see. You can tell me if you want, because of course we do have the live chat. Don't forget, the live chat is here. I wonder who was first today. Hello to Luis Mendez. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you here today. On a very hot day in England, it is breezy as well. So fortunately, we do have some breeze. A little gentle breeze is blowing by. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Some of it is actually okay. And yes, we have been joined today by the lambs and the sheep. They are behind me. As I mentioned a few moments ago, there is actually a little lamb and the mother sleeping in the corner just behind me, which is lovely. I wish I could show it to you, but I can't, I'm afraid. Luis Mendez, congratulations. Yes, you are first on today's live chat. Very nice to see you here today. I am not feeling great. I will be honest with you. I'm not feeling great today. And the reason is because I have my usual problem, which always comes along at this time of year. I have hay fever again. The hay fever season has started. You might describe hay fever as a type of allergy. So when we say allergy, we mean something that you are sensitive to, something that is affecting you. Might also be an allergy. You have an allergy. The thing is causing you to be sensitive. An allergy. You can have an allergy to almost anything. Some people have an allergy to pets, cats, dogs. Certain animals might cause you to become unwell. Your eyes might become very sore and tears might roll down your face. Allergy. It's a great word, and it's one that I'm saying quite a lot at the moment because I'm suffering from hay fever. And here is the word, hay fever. Hay fever is a sensitivity to pollen, all of the things that are floating around during the summer months. And I suppose it is worse if you live in the countryside like I do. So because I live in the countryside and I am surrounded by fields, and at this time of year many of the fields have lots of corn, lots of rapeseed, and of course that particular type of crop produces a lot of pollen, especially at this time of year. So it is fair to say that I am feeling a little sensitive today. I was sneezing so much this morning, I really was. In fact, today I thought it would be a good idea to try and guess how many times I am going to sneeze during this live stream. How many times do you think I am going to sneeze today? We can also describe hay fever as a seasonal allergy. So when we say seasonal allergy, what we are actually defining or describing. There was a fly nibbling at my leg, and it was one of those horrible big horse flies. I don't like horse flies. They are horrible. Big horrible things. Seasonal allergy. A seasonal allergy is something that causes a problem every year at a certain time of year. For example, hay fever. So if we say that we suffer from seasonal allergy or seasonal allergies, because sometimes a person can be allergic to more than one thing. Maybe a person is allergic to many things around them. Seasonal allergies only come during a certain time of year, such as hay fever. So at the moment I am suffering from seasonal allergies. I have a sensitivity to everything in the air. There is also a medical term for hay fever as well. We can also describe it as allergic rhinitis or allergic rhinitis. So this particular thing is another way of saying hay fever. So if you are suffering from allergic rhinitis or rhinitis, it means you have hay fever. the inside of your nose becomes very sensitive. Hence the word rhinitis, which means nose. You have an allergic reaction that is affecting your nose. That's how we describe it. As I mentioned already, you can also have an allergic reaction. If you have an allergic reaction to something, it means your body reacts to that particular thing. So that particular thing is making you feel unwell. Your body is reacting in a certain way. Quite often, your nose will become very painful and sore, and maybe you will sneeze a lot. Perhaps your throat will become very sore. Some people really do get hay fever very badly. When I was a child, I used to get it really badly. In fact, sometimes I wouldn't be able to move. My eyes would swell up, and I would look a little bit like a frog, if I was honest. So an allergic reaction is something that makes your body react in a negative way. Quite often your body will try to react to that thing. Quite often you will produce something called histamines. We will come back to that in a moment. So things that you can be allergic to include pollen and dust. Pollen from the flowers, the trees, the grass, and all of the pollen appears at different times of the summer season. So some people are allergic to tree pollen. Other people are allergic to grass pollen. Some people are allergic to pollen from flowers. So it does depend. Pollen and also dust as well. At this time of year, because there are many things growing and many things also become dry in the sun, you can have a lot of dust as well. And that can also produce an allergic reaction in some people. Of course, there are things you can take. There are types of medicine you can take to help relieve your hay fever. To be honest with you, from my own experience, from my many, many years of suffering from hay fever, I can say that most of them don't work very much. They don't work a lot. Quite often people will take something called antihistamines. Antihistamines. Hello. Antihistamines is a type of medicine that helps to dry your nose and your throat. So it helps to relieve the sensitivity during the hay fever season. Of course, there is a problem with this particular type of medicine, and that is the fact that it makes you also sleepy. So if you take this during the summer months, you will find, quite often, you will also feel very drowsy. So from my own point of view, I don't think this is a very good thing to take all the time, because it can make you feel quite tired, lethargic, sleepy. But I will try my best to continue today. Fortunately, so far, I haven't sneezed at all, so I'm feeling very good about that. Hello to Nessar. Hello, Nessar. Nice to see you back here today. We also have Jimmy from Hong Kong. Hello to Jimmy. Nice to see you back as well. Apparently, the tennis season is starting. Yes, I always feel a little sad when the tennis season begins, especially here in the UK because we have Wimbledon. But I always feel a little sad because I know that we are approaching halfway through the year. So I always know that the year is starting to go by very quickly when the tennis season begins. And of course, talking of sport, There is a lot of football taking place at the moment because we have Euro 2020, which between you and me is very confusing because it is 2021. So I'm just wondering now, are they going to call the Olympics Tokyo 2020? Are they going to call it that, or are they going to refer to it as Tokyo 2021? It's very confusing, isn't it? It's almost as if we are living last year all over again. Hello, Alessandra. Hello also to Cezanne. Hello, Monicia. Hello, Monicia. Nice to see you back also. The sheep are now coming across. You might be able to see them behind me. Yes, I am in the garden today, trying my best to cope with the hay fever going up my nose, and also the sheep making a noise behind me, like that. That was very good, thank you. And also the flies that are now chewing at my legs, because I am wearing my shorts today. However, you would be pleased to hear that I am not going commando today. I am wearing my underwear, so don't worry about that. Hello to Cezanne Palaz. Oh, nice to see you here as well. Welcome to my very hot, humid garden on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm already starting to regret this because I can feel the flies biting into me. Hello also. Oh, hello Belarusia. Nice to see you here. Hello Claudia. Claudia, guess what? There are no clouds today because, well, okay, there are 1 or 2 clouds in the sky, but it's quite nice today. It's lovely. Nice to see you here as well in Argentina. And I would imagine now in Argentina it must be very cool because you are approaching your winter season in Argentina. Hello also to Florence. Hello Florence, nice to see you back as well. If it is your first time joining in, please let me know and I will say a special hello to you. Can I say hello to Sudzika? Nice to see you here as well. Beatrice, oh yes, Beatrice, I understand what you are going through because you are suffering in the same way as me. You also have allergic rhinitis. It affects your nose and it can cause many problems, including sneezing, and sometimes your nose will also run. You will have lots of horrible sticky mucus coming out of your nose, which is not very nice when you think about it. If you are sitting down with the Queen of England and you are feeling very, very regal and important, but you sit there and then suddenly your nose starts running down your face. I don't think the Queen of England is going to like that very much at all. Hello, Tanvi. Tanvi, hello to you. Where are you watching at the moment? Wherever you are, I hope you are having a good day. Sandra also has a very similar situation to me as well. A very similar situation. I am allergic to many things, especially when there are changes of the seasons of autumn to spring, summer to winter. Ah, yes. Well, some people do get allergies, allergic reactions all the time. I have to be honest with you, there are people who are allergic to things such as pets, dogs and cats, as I said earlier. And I really do feel sorry for anyone that suffers in that way. And of course, you can have other allergies, other types of sensitivity that can affect your body. Certain types of food as well can also cause an allergic reaction. You can have a reaction to that particular thing. Beatrice says it is very cold today? Well, it's not cold here. In fact, I'm rather surprised at how nice the weather is. I didn't realise the weather was going to be so good today, if I was honest with you. Oh, we have Pedro. Pedro Belmont is here. Hello, Pedro. Welcome to my live stream, and I hope you are feeling happy again, as you were on Sunday. I remember on Sunday, Pedro said, I feel happy today. I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is, but I feel happy. Sometimes you don't need a reason to feel happy. Sometimes you can just be happy anyway. I think so. Hello to Connell. Hello, Connell. It seems like a long time since I saw you. Hello and welcome back to my live chat today. I'm out in the garden. I am suffering from hay fever and other things, including my computer, which has decided to stop working. So I hope you can see this. I might be talking to myself at the moment. This might all be some sort of fever dream that I'm having right now. Apparently in Corsa it is more than 30 degrees. Florence, it sounds as if you are also having a very nice day today. Tomek is here. Hello, Tomek. Nice to see you. The tennis season started in January in Australia for professional tennis players, and it will end in our autumn. Well, we have Wimbledon, you see. So during the month of July, we normally have Wimbledon. Although, I should say, although maybe there will be no crowds, there will be no spectators watching the tennis at Wimbledon. And we all know why, don't we? We all know why it is. Hello also to Sergio. Hello, Sergio. Nice to see you back here today as well. We seem to have a lot of regular viewers watching today. Thank you very much for joining me. You can sit there and watch me be eaten alive by the insects. Mr. Steve had to go to the doctors today. I don't know if I should tell you this because it might be a bit private, but Steve went to the doctors to have a little spot removed from his head. So sometimes this is what happens, you see. Sometimes as you get older you might find that you have strange spots on your body, and quite often it is caused by the sun, especially at this time of year. Did you know that in certain parts of the world, including here, the ultraviolet light is at its strongest during the month of June and also July? So during those 2 months, the ultraviolet light, the invisible light that comes from the sunlight, is at its peak. So this is one of the reasons why you have to be extra careful at this time of year if you are going outside. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sheepy. There is a sheep wandering around behind me. I don't think you can see it though, unfortunately. That's a shame. Hello. There is one sheep in the field behind me, and it has a bad leg, unfortunately. It has a poorly leg. Ooh. It's starting to get very windy. Interesting. I might have to make some small changes to my setup. Hello, Mr. Sheep. Can you see me? Oh, sorry. I mean Lady Sheep. Not Mr. Sheep, it's Lady Sheep. Sorry about that. Something happened last weekend, something very interesting. We had a new news channel launched last Sunday, and it is a news channel that is very different from most of the other news channels. And that is because they are talking about subjects that other people are not discussing. Some people have described this particular news channel as being maybe a little bit right-wing. Oh, Mr. Duncan, controversial. But it led me to believe, and it led me also to ask this question today: where do you get your news? Where does your news come from? So where do you normally read your news? Where do you get your information from? I wonder, I am thinking now, where do you get your news from? Do you read the newspapers? Do you look at the internet? Maybe there is a certain news channel that you watch from time to time, and maybe that is where you get your news from. Please let me know on the live chat. Very nice to see you today. Something a little different today because I am outside, but the only problem today is there is a slight technical problem with my computer. Hello. 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 There's a little lamb standing right behind me, and we can't see you. Come over here. Come this way. Hello. Aren't you lovely? Yes, you are. I'm now being distracted by the flies and also a little lamb that's standing right behind me. I can't believe it. Hello to Collard. Hello, Collard. I haven't watched television since 2010. That's a very long time. Is there any reason why you stopped watching? Is there any particular reason why you stopped watching television? Is there a reason for it? Maybe you feel that perhaps television is a waste of time. A lot of people do nowadays. It is a fact that fewer and fewer young people watch television for any long period of time, because of course these days we have many other distractions, such as the internet. We have many other distractions around that we can watch and get involved with. Hello to, how can I say hello to Abdelak? Hello, Abdelak. Nice to see you here as well. It is your first time here. Well, normally, when I have someone here for the first time, I normally give a round of applause. But unfortunately, I'm not in the studio today. So instead, I will give you some applause here. And I hope everyone else will be joining in as well. So nice to see you here. Thanks for joining us today. Hello also Nitram. Are you in England on bad terms with Scotland? Is the upcoming match between England and Scotland a big deal in the UK? If something is described as a big deal, it means that it is something that lots of people are interested in, or maybe there are conflicts between one side and another. So yes, you might actually be right there with that observation. Of course, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really care if you are English, Scottish, Welsh, Irish. It doesn't matter to me as long as you are a nice person. But yes, there is a football match taking place on Friday, and it is between England and Scotland. A lot of people will be watching that, I think. I think it is true. Collard. Hello, Collard. I don't watch the TV news because I can find what I want on my phone. And this is it, really. I suppose for most people, getting information, finding information is much easier. So now you don't have to go and sit in front of your television to find out what is happening around you. You can just look at your phone. You can go on the internet. You can even Google the information. You can search for the information. Palmyra is here. Nice to see you as well. Yes, we are in the garden today. I'm taking a very big risk because I've got hay fever. I know I shouldn't keep talking about my problems, and I'm pretty sure that you don't want to hear about them. But yes, that is one of the things I am suffering with today, unfortunately. But it's all right. I feel a lot better now because I'm here with you. Much better, thank you. Hello also. Oh, we have Mosen. Mosen is here. It's so nice to see you again. Yes, I'm in the garden, and at the moment there are some lambs behind me, and also lots of insects biting. Lewis, hello Lewis again. Mr. Duncan, I enjoy reading and listening to the UK and US media online. It keeps me abreast. Oh, okay, I like that. That is an interesting phrase, in fact. If something will keep you abreast of the situation, it means it keeps you up to date. It keeps you informed. You keep abreast of the situation. Very good. I like that one. Thank you, Lewis. Yes, we have, I suppose, the main news channels here in the UK are the BBC, of course. A lot of people know that one. We also have satellite television as well, Sky News. And also there are two other channels that we can watch here in the UK. Russia Today, which is a very interesting channel. They have some very good documentaries on Russia Today. And also there is Al Jazeera as well. Al Jazeera, a very interesting channel, dedicated more to the Middle East, but very interesting. And once again, they have some rather interesting documentaries on there as well. And last weekend, we saw the launch of a new news channel, a very big story. A lot of people were talking about this. In fact, we've been talking about this in the UK for many months. So this new news station is dedicated to talking about things that other people don't want to talk about or discuss. Quite often they will cover, I suppose you would say, controversial topics. And we all know what they are. I know what they are, and you know what they are. Lots of things that people are discussing and also disagreeing on. But this particular news channel is aimed more towards the right of politics instead of the left. Mosen says, yes, Al Jazeera News is very famous. It is. Well, I watch it quite often. And quite often there are some very interesting documentaries on there. But we don't have any other news channels. However, if you have satellite television, but I don't. We don't have satellite television here. We don't want to pay for it because it's too expensive. But yes, you can get lots of other news channels as well if you have satellite television or cable TV. And of course, in the United States, you might say that they have lots of news channels, and some of their news channels are very opinionated. So there's a good word, opinionated. A person who is opinionated is a person who always gives their point of view. They're always talking about what they think, their own point of view. They are opinionated. So you often find in the US, many of the news channels, I suppose one of them is Fox News. A lot of people talk about Fox News because it's more towards the right with the commentary. The sheep have moved away now. They've moved off. That's not very nice. Maybe it was something I said. I don't know. Hello, Adoralia. Hello, Adoralia. Nice to see you here today. This live stream will be a little bit shorter than usual because I'm not feeling great today. I am suffering from hay fever. And also, it's a bit hot out here today as well. It's quite warm, in fact. So where do you normally get your news from? Do you ever buy a newspaper? One of the things that has happened over the past 10 years is a reduction in the number of people reading newspapers. So I think it would be fair to say that fewer and fewer people over the past 10 or 15 years are actually reading newspapers. I think that would be fair to say. Palmyra says, oh, Palmyra apparently is a very big lover of television. I must admit, I do like watching TV. I watch things, quite often old programmes. I like to watch vintage TV shows from many, many years ago. I suppose it is a way of reliving my younger years. Maybe a TV show can remind you of the time that you spent with your family. I think so. Hello, Risa. That channel... Oh, okay, this is an interesting point of view. That channel could hire Mr. Steve and you to talk about all of the hot topics, such as social media and also the royal family. Well, I think that would be a good idea because we know a lot about the royal family, you see, because we live in England. And the Queen sometimes can be a very controversial figure. Some people agree and some people disagree. So some people think that having a royal family is a good idea, whilst other people think it is a bad idea and a waste of money. So it depends, really. But yes, I suppose one of the things I'm often asked, and I'm going to say this now, one of the things I'm often asked is, do you and Mr. Steve really get along? Do you really feel comfortable together? Because sometimes on the live chat it would appear that you don't. Sometimes it appears that you are arguing or disagreeing with each other. My answer to that is, well, of course, in every friendship, in all relationships, there has to be some sort of disagreement. You can't agree on everything. That would be a very dull and boring relationship, I think. So you can't always agree with each other. So I think, yes, I would say that it is fair to describe our conversations on Sunday sometimes as a little heated conversation, because sometimes we disagree with each other. But that's normal. It's a normal thing. We can't always agree on things. But to answer your question, yes, Mr. Steve and myself, we get along very well. We know each other very well. And sometimes we do disagree on things. But it doesn't change the way we feel about each other. Hello to Katiani. Hello, Katiani Souza. I like your name, by the way. I hope you don't mind me saying that. But I like your name very much. Hello also. Oh, I see. Palmyra says, I don't buy any of the newspapers, but I do read The Economist. I believe that is a magazine. There is a magazine called The Economist. It feels like something that Mr. Steve should be reading, maybe. I don't know why, over the past couple of weeks, Mr. Steve has become very interested in stocks and shares. I don't know why. Please let Mr. Steve live. I don't know what you mean by that, Sergio. You'll be pleased to hear that no harm will come to Mr. Steve. Whatever happens, however much we argue, however much we disagree, no harm will come to Mr. Steve. Hello, Mavi Doresan. Oh, some good news. We need some good news at the moment. Today, I graduated from my nursing faculty. Can I say congratulations, Mavi? I wish I had my round of applause. I will send you some of my personal applause. Yeah. Graduating from the nursing faculty. How long have you been studying for? Now, I think, well, if you want to be a doctor, you have to normally study for around 7 years, which is a very long time. So how long were you studying for, Mavi? Can you please let me know? How many years were you studying for? Accomplishing something can be very rewarding. It can make you feel rather proud, pleased. A bit like Mr. Steve last week when he put up his new fence. He keeps going into the garden and having a look at it. He feels very proud of his fence because he built it himself. Oh, and I helped as well. I did help a little bit, not much, but I did help. Nitram says, I used to watch TV a lot, but I don't anymore because all the foreign films are dubbed. Ah, yes, I know what you're going to say there. So when something is dubbed, it means they replace the voice. So, for example, if a film is made in the United States, they might change the voices from English into the local language. So they will get some local actors to actually say the words, and then they will put them over the original dialogue. They will put them over the original dialogue. So we call this dubbing. Dubbing. Also, you can call it overdubbing as well. Overdubbing. So you are putting a new sound over the original sound. And quite often they will do this when they are changing the language of the words spoken in a movie or TV show. I prefer to watch the original language, says Mosen. Yes, I think you are right. Yes, I think that is probably the best way of watching a movie in its original language. And of course, you can have subtitles as well. So if you are watching a TV show or a movie, especially if it is on DVD or on one of the many streaming channels that exist now, yes, you can have captions as well. It's also a very good way of learning English. Yes, one of my top tips, in fact, for learning English, create an English environment around yourself, and also watching movies, DVDs, TV shows. You can watch things on the internet. You can surround yourself with the language that you are interested in. So if you want to learn English, it is a good idea to surround yourself with the language as much as you can. Please excuse my voice today. My voice is a little dry because I'm suffering from my seasonal allergy at the moment. Lewis says Rupert Murdoch's Fox News almost took over British Sky News, but the hacking phone scandal prevented it. Yes, there was a little bit of controversy a few years ago when it turned out that a certain newspaper was actually hacking into other people's telephones. Their cell phones were being hacked into. That was a very big controversy, and it caused many differences, many changes in the way news is presented, and also how people get their sources as well. The source is where the news story came from. The source. Ooh, there are huge horse flies biting at my legs. So annoying. Hello to man from Brazil. Mr. Duncan, do you miss the old days when the world wasn't so high-tech? I suppose the answer to that is yes and no. There are certain things that I love. Of course, the most obvious one is this. The fact that I can stand here in the garden and talk to you live. It's incredible. Sometimes I still can't believe that I can do this, that I can just stand in the garden and chat to you as if you are with me. It's a very strange feeling sometimes. But yes, I suppose technology is something that brings a lot of good and also a lot of bad. So just like any invention, when you think about it, if you think about any modern invention, then I suppose they can all be used in bad ways. Nuclear power is a very good example of that. It brings a lot of good, it helps a lot of people, but also it can have a negative side as well, just like anything. Hello, Mavi. Oh, some more information on your graduation. The nursing faculty is actually 4 years in my country, which is Turkey, but my school is 30% English nursing, so there is an English preparation school, which is just for 1 year. So in total, it takes 5 years. So you are not only learning medicine, you are also learning English. Well, I suppose that's pretty good, because then you can learn 2 things at the same time. And I think maybe because, yes, 30% of the teaching or the people there are English or English nursing. So you will need to understand the English language. No, I think that's really good. Hello, Juan. Juan, it is so nice to see you. I am from La Paz, Bolivia. Hello to you. Nice to see you here. Hello, Juan. And I hope you are enjoying today's live stream from sunny England. It's very nice here today, I must say. I had a message come through a few moments ago. Insani. Hello, Insani Ode. Hello, Insani. Hello, Mr. Duncan. How to learn with good understanding in the works of literature. Thank you very much. This is something that I get asked a lot about. What type of books should I read? If I want to learn English, what should I read? Well, I always say if you are learning something, if you are learning a language, it is always good to learn through something you have an interest in, something you are already interested in. So if your interest is cars, then maybe the material that you use, the literature or the books that you use to learn, will be about that subject. So always try to learn in a way that feels comfortable. Always choose a subject that you are keen or interested in. So that would be my suggestion for that. Hello, Ni V. Hello, Ni V. I really love your voice. Thank you very much. This is English. It's British English. I'm in England, for those wondering. Yes, please give me a thumbs up. You might not believe it, but this is a very important thing. This can actually change the way you watch my channel. So if I get lots of these, it means that YouTube will pass my video around more. Zuzika, that's very interesting. Zuzika says, my source of English through literature are Asterix and Obelix, which of course is a very famous cartoon character. Asterix. Asterix the Gaul. We used to read Asterix at school. And also there was a cartoon series as well made about that particular character. What is the weather like there? Here, the weather today is lovely. It's very mild, very pleasant. There is a gentle breeze blowing by, keeping me cool. The only problem is, unfortunately, I'm also suffering from hay fever as well, which is not so nice when you think about it. What beautiful weather you have today. Yes, it's not too bad. I can't complain. I can't complain. So as I mentioned, today is hot. And I thought it would be interesting to have a look at some words that may or may not be connected to being hot. For example, if something is unmissable, if something is amazing, if something is hot, then it might be something that you cannot miss. It might be something that you have to try and be a part of. Something hot. For example, you might see maybe a pair of shoes in a sale. You might describe that as a hot deal. So when we say hot deal, what we are actually saying is a very good price. The price is hot. It is great. It is good. You have to grab the opportunity because that is a hot deal. The price is very good. You are getting a very good deal. You might describe it as a hot deal. I'm being eaten alive by houseflies. You can also have a hot topic. When we say hot topic, we mean a discussion about a certain topic or an issue, something that many people are talking about at this point in time. For example, you might say that a hot topic is coronavirus, the vaccination. So all of the different types of vaccines that now exist around the world, you might say that the discussion about that is a very hot topic. Very hot. So a hot topic is something that lots of people are talking about. Here is a hot potato. This is another expression that we use when we describe something that, well, it might be a subject. It might be something that people do not want to talk about. Maybe something very sensitive. So perhaps if you have a very sensitive issue, or maybe something that is not easy to talk about, you might describe that as a hot potato. So imagine trying to hold a hot potato in your hand. It's not easy to do. You might have to... That is a hot potato. So when we say that something is a hot potato, it means that it's not easy to discuss. It is a topic that might upset people. It is a hot potato, something that people try to avoid talking about or doing. Of course, we can also have the word heat as well. Heat. Heat is a way of describing a hot day. There is a lot of heat around. The heat is everywhere. The heat is making me feel very tired. Heat. So a hot day has a lot of heat. You might have a heated discussion. If you are talking about something in a very loud and excited way, you might describe it as a heated discussion. So a topic you are discussing that again might be controversial. It might be very sensitive. Sometimes on Sunday, Mr. Steve and myself, we will both talk about a subject that might be hard to discuss. Ooh. A heated discussion is what it is. If you are taking part in a contest, we might describe each part of the contest as a heat. So each part of the contest, each part is described as a heat. So maybe if you are taking part in a talent show, maybe you are appearing on the X Factor as a singer. Each week there will be different heats. There will be stages of that contest. And that's what we call it. We say heat. So there might be a heat of a contest. That is one particular stage of the contest. Oh, I like this one. Ding! If a person says, I am hot to trot, it means I am very eager. I can't wait to do it. I'm hot to trot. It means, come on, let's do it. I'm hot to trot. It means I can't wait to do it. I'm hot to trot. It means I can't wait. I want to do it. I'm so excited by doing it. I am hot to trot. It's a great expression that we use in English if we are eager or excited to do something. We can't wait to do it. I am hot to trot. I am very eager. In a situation that slowly gets more heated, if people are starting to become more annoyed by something, or maybe if a competition is becoming more exciting, you might say that things are hotting up. Now, I know what you're going to say. Mr. Duncan, there is no such word as hotting. And you know what? You are right. There is no word. So we don't normally say hotting. That is very bad grammar. However, this particular phrase does exist. So even though the grammar is not very good, as you can see, we often say things are hotting up. Things are really hotting up. Of course, the correct way of saying this is things are heating up. Things are really heating up. So you will sometimes hear people say hotting, even though it's not a very good phrase to use because it's bad English. but people say it anyway. Things are hotting up. Things are starting to get very exciting. I think so. Thank you for your compliments, by the way, on my voice. That's very nice of you to say. Thank you very much. Nitram. One of our comedians once said that in order to put on a British accent, just imagine that you have a hot potato in your mouth. Oh, hello there. Yes, you're right. That might be true. If you have a hot potato in your mouth, maybe you will speak like this. Hello. Because you have something hot in your mouth. Yes, I think that's quite good. You know, to us, your accent often sounds exaggerated. I don't know why. Well, maybe because it's different. So I don't think my accent is exaggerated, but this is how I speak normally. So if I meet friends and relatives, if I meet people in the street, this is how I speak. I don't speak any differently. This is exactly how I speak wherever I go in the world. Unless of course I become very excited or angry about something. And then I lose control completely. Oh. Claudia. Hello, Claudia. Claudia mentions Coca-Cola. Yes, was it Ronaldo yesterday? Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday? Did he create a little bit of controversy because he refused to sit behind the Coca-Cola? Did he move it? I haven't seen the video, but I've heard all about it, that Cristiano Ronaldo moved the Coca-Cola away. There are people behind me walking by. I wonder if they will see me. I don't know. Very nice. So apparently Belarusia says, I like Coca-Cola, but it is a long time since I last drank it. Sergio says, I'm just waiting till those people have gone by. Oh, hello, Rania. Rania Adlan is now on the live chat. Oh, that's nice. Some very interesting comments on the live chat. Thank you very much. I might have to delete those, you see. We are coming towards the end of today's live stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a little bit different, even though I'm not feeling 100% today, if I was honest with you. But I will be back with you on Sunday. Hopefully my voice will be better. Yes, it's very interesting that Cristiano Ronaldo pushed the Coca-Cola away. He didn't want to be seen in front of it or behind it. And now I find that rather strange, because you will find that quite often these big companies will actually provide sponsorship. So I think sometimes you have to be very careful if you are rejecting something that is sponsoring you, then it puts you in a very awkward position. I think so. Do you adjust your speed of speaking when talking to students? Well, sometimes yes, it depends on the situation. It depends on what is being said at the time. Oh, the sun's coming back out. The sun is coming out and the sheep are getting very excited. Is your current location affected by coronavirus? It has been. It has been. But things are slowly getting better, slowly improving day by day. Thanks for your company today. I'm going now. I'm going to have a glass of water and hopefully, I'm hoping Mr. Steve will make me a cup of tea to ease my poor sore throat. So that's the reason why I sound very strange today. It's because, unfortunately, I am suffering slightly from hay fever, for which I apologise. Thank you for giving your time. Have a nice rest of the day. Thank you, Valentin. I will try my best. The fact that Ronaldo's yes, I suppose that Ronaldo doesn't have to worry about sponsors, but maybe the team does, you see. So quite often a football team or some sort of large organisation will have to rely on sponsorship. So even if a certain tournament is sponsored by a certain company, you might find that a small part, a portion of that money will go towards that particular team. So yes, you have to be very, very careful. There is a great expression in English: you must never bite the hand that feeds you. Never bite the hand that feeds you. That means if someone is giving something to you, you must treat them with respect. You must treat them kindly. Never bite the hand that feeds you, because you might suddenly find that you become very, very hungry over time. Thank you very much for your company. I'm going now. I am feeling not too bad, but I have to be honest with you, I have felt better in the past. I have. So I'm going now. See you on Sunday. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. It's been a little bit different. Thank you, Lin. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you also to Ni V. Thank you for your live today. Thank you very much. And I can't believe that I did not sneeze once. Not one time. I can't believe it. I really thought I was going to be sneezing all the time, but I didn't. It's amazing. Thank you, Mr. Duncan, for this effort. Have a good afternoon. Yes, I'm going into the house to take a rest. I might even lie down on the bed to ease my poor aching head. Thanks a lot, Grace. Thank you, Jenny Lom. Thank you also to Sai Dinesh. I hope to see you all again on Sunday, and I hope I'm feeling a little better as well. I also hope that my computer is working properly, because I have some big problems at the moment with my computer. There is a problem with the graphics card. I don't know what is happening, but there is a problem with it. I will try to sort it out. Anyway, it hasn't affected today's live stream too much, for which I am very thankful, to be honest. Thank you very much for your lovely company. Thank you for watching. See you on Sunday. I'm back then, and I will be with Mr. Steve as well on Sunday, hopefully feeling better. See you soon, take care, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, wherever you happen to be in the world. Have a nice one of these. And of course, until Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.